Alright, welcome back, guys. I'm the CosmicCop. I'm going to be reviewing a mod. This mod is called the Random Things mod. The author himself just calls it the Random Things mod because he's basically just added blocks that he felt were necessary as he began playing the game. So I'm going to jump right in here. The first block we're going to look at is the block detector. It's crafted just like this. You get one of these, and that's what it looks like. Okay, so right now there's no redstone signal coming out of it, but if I put a cobblestone block in front of it, it will output a signal, and you can see this glowstone lamp lights up. Break it, the redstone signal goes away. Grass block, same thing. Okay, simple enough. Okay, moving along. We have the item collector and the advanced item collector. They look like this and this respectively. Let's take these out here. So item collector works very much like the hopper. It's actually works exactly like the hopper. Just throw items right at it and it will suck them right up into a inventory type block beneath it. So that's pretty basic. Alright, and the advanced item collector, as you can see, this is a little bit more pricey. So in addition to an item collector, you need diamond and 2 glowstone to build it. But it's worth the price by right clicking on the actual blue part. You can't click on the torch part, but in the blue part, you can bump up the radius to within 10 blocks, which is pretty nice. Okay, so I can throw an item right there, and it's already being sucked up. You can see it's being sucked up before it even hits the ground, and it's going right into the chest. So that's really useful. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, also, you can set it to filter certain blocks. So, like, if I put a cobblestone block in there, it will only pick up cobblestone. So I can throw this dye. It's not going to pick it up, no matter how close it is. Okay. Some more cobblestone here. There we go. Alright. I just went in there already. But yeah, if you throw a cobblestone and it'll still pick it up. So, yep. Item collectors and advanced item collectors. Pretty cool. Those could definitely be useful in mob farms. So you don't need like a huge area of hoppers because those are pretty costly. Alright, so player interface, one of my favorite blocks in the game. Looks like this. Craft like this is pretty pricey. You need an ender chest, some obsidian, a nether star, and a player core, which is crafted just like this. An emerald surrounded by lapis lazuli and redstone. You get a player core. Okay, you craft together like that. You get this block. So this thing is really cool. Okay, so I just placed an item collector on top of it. Okay, and I'll throw items. The item collector will collect it, and the player core, it connects to CosmicCop, which is me. Okay, I can type any name, but right now I'm just gonna keep it CosmicCop. Hit E. Okay, and I can throw whatever I want at that, and it will send it to me wherever I am. And I believe this works transdimensional too, which is really cool. So, I think as long as the chunk's loaded, it'll work. So, really cool. So you may have noticed that the redstone lamp I was using back here is gray colored instead of its usual warm gold vanilla color, whatever you call that. And that is because you can now color redstone lamps any color you want. For example, I have a purple redstone lamp right here. So if I wanted to test that out, put that there, and pretty cool. So, yep. Pretty simple. And then we have here, we have different colored crafting tables. So you can make it out of jungle wood, spruce wood, oak, generic oak wood, and birch wood. And you get a different colored crafting table with each one. Pretty simple there. Alright. I'm pretty sure this is my favorite block in the game. This is the... Yeah. Okay. This is the ender porter. Okay. So you craft it like this. Pressure plate, ender pearl, lapis. So used for lapis, and obsidian, and you get this ender porter block here. You can also make a portable version of the ender porter. I don't actually have one in that chest for some reason. Let's go and grab one. So ender porter just looks just like this, and when you walk on it, it will teleport you to the next highest available block. And here comes the rain. Alright, go away. Can't talk with the rain. Alright, thank you. So teleport you to the next available block above you. Now, if there's a redstone signal, oops, going into the teleporter, it will teleport you to the next available space down. So it's pretty cool. You can have pistons, push thing, redstone blocks there, depending on which way you want to go, up or down. And this led me to the idea of a really cool contraption like this. Of course, you don't have to have this many. You could just have the top and the bottom one. It would get you the same distance, the same speed. In fact, it would actually be faster, but I just like the effect of all those teleportations. Pretty cool. Of course, it did make me realize that you could make an infinite trap in survival mode here by placing a little redstone torch right there. You can then go all the way up here, and then the last two you'll just keep going up and down. You probably can't hear me over this, but in survival you can't break those blocks. In creative you can by spamming, but in survival you just can't get out of that. So yeah. Evil little trap you could do there. Alright, moving right along. Oh yeah, let's go ahead and show you guys the portable ender porter. So basically you just take a ender porter and then you put 2 obsidian sticks. Obsidian sticks are pretty self-explanatory. It's a piece of obsidian right on top of another piece of obsidian, and there you go, portable ender porter. Okay, and works the same way. You right click and you go up to the next available space. You shift right click and you go into the next available space. Now this is pretty cool. It's especially cool like in survival mode if you're looking for caves. You just come down here, shift right click, and then you're walking around, you find your diamonds, and then you right click and you're back up to the surface. Pretty cool. Although this does have its drawbacks, especially in survival mode. So if you just if you're doing what I just told you to do right there, and oh man, you fall into lava, that's not fun. So you might want to have fire resistance potions on you when you do that sort of stuff. The other thing I should mention is that you need to use a ender pearl. You need to give the ender porter an ender pearl in order to use it in survival mode. So I'm in creative mode right now, so it's not using them up, but if I were to be in survival mode, you would need to give it an ender pearl to use it. So yep, that's that. Sorry, let me just clear my inventory here. Okay, and then the inventory interface block. This one was really tricky for me to figure out. I had to contact the developer to figure out how to use this block, but I know now. And basically, so if you were to use a hopper and connect a hopper to a furnace, all the items would go directly to the top slot. And if you're putting coal in there, you really don't need coal. So anyways, the blocks craft like that. So you really don't want coal in the top slot ever. So what the inventory interface block allows you to do just that. So if I were to stand here and throw coal into the hopper sends the inventory interface block, which sends it to the bottom slot of the furnace. And I can set which slot I want it to be in. Right now it's in the south, so I don't really know why it's really the only two ones you would really use for this would be bottom and top. So now if we set it to top, throw them in right there, and now they went to the top. Pretty cool. And then let me relog here. Anyways, sorry about that, guys. But yeah, so the inventory interface block. So it's worth noting that you need to have the green side of this inventory interface block facing towards the block you want it to send the items to. Let me go ahead and set the time of day here. So yeah, green side towards the block you want the items going to. Alright, so that's the inventory interface block. Then you have the online detector. This is mostly useful only on multiplayer servers, but we can still demonstrate it here on a single player world. So we have this block that looks kind of like a redstone lamp. Right click on it. I'm going to type CosmicCop, save, and then for whatever reason you hit escape to get out of this GUI. You can't hit E, it doesn't work, but you need to hit escape. And then every 4 seconds it'll refresh and search again for that player. So obviously since I'm online, it finds me online and it outputs that redstone signal. Okay, and that is crafted just like that with the player core in the middle. Okay, and then here we have the entity detector, and it has this GUI similar to the advanced item collector. You can set the radius of 1 to 10, and you can set it to look for monsters, items, living entities, villagers, animals, nothing, players, and back to monsters. So let me go ahead and grab a zombie here. Okay, so obviously it's putting out no redstone signal, and we spawn a zombie, and there we go. So peace fill real quickly just so we can get that guy dead. There we go. Okay, simple enough, and craft just like that. Alright, now we have fertilized dirt, crafted just like this, so we finally have a good use for rotten flesh. And you get fertilized dirt. So this is a number of uses over regular farmland. 1, crops grow 3 times faster. 2, it doesn't need water to be irrigated. And 3, if you jump on it, you won't lose your crop. And I guess also it's worth noting that you don't have to waste durability of a hoe on it, which is not really a big benefit, but it's benefit nonetheless. So that's it. And then here's another really cool block. It looks really cool too. It's called the shock absorber. Crafted just like this. It's fairly cheap compared to the other blocks in this mod. Just 3 dirt blocks, some wool, and a water bucket. Get a shock absorber. Let me just teleport really high up in the sky here, and put myself in survival. And I'm going to fall down on those shock absorbers. If my aim's right. Yep. And I did not take any fall damage at all. So yeah, shock absorbers just completely negate fall damage. Pretty cool, especially for their cheap price. Alright, on to some other really cool blocks. We have the auto placer, crafted just like this with the 2 pickaxes, and the block breaker, crafted just like this. The block breaker can be upgraded with a diamond breaker. You just craft it just like this, and you just right click on the breaker with it. Let me grab one here. Let me show you these guys in action. So this guy can output blocks for 100 block stretch, as long as they're all air blocks. It can't place it on anything that's not air, as far as I know. And then this guy's just breaking them all, which is really cool. Let me shut this off for a second. So both of these will automatically do their job, placing and breaking respectively, unless you give them a redstone signal. So right here, I just gave them a redstone signal, and this guy shut off. So let me break these real quickly, and let me give it some obsidian. I'm gonna turn that on, and I'm gonna start placing obsidian. And then this guy won't be able to break it because it's still just a regular breaker. But if I right click on it, it's a diamond breaker. Now it can break obsidian, and it can break it instantly, which is really cool. That might be a bug because I don't think it's supposed to be doing that, but okay. Enough of that. So, yep. Auto placer and block breaker. Now we have the fluid display block, which is really pretty cool here. And here comes the rain again. But you can, I'll even go into survival here. I can walk on this lava block, or I can fall into this lava pit, and I won't be taking any damage. This is because that is actually not lava. That is a fluid display block. It's crafted just like this with a bunch of glass panes and a glass bottle. So you just place it down, and then you can put lava on any of these. You can even mix lava and water. This is also compatible with fluids from a bunch of other different mods. I don't actually know of any off the top of my head that it's compatible with, but yeah, you can mix and match. No obsidian, no nothing. They act like solid blocks. You can't walk through them. You don't catch on fire from the lava ones. So pretty cool if you just don't have like a lava floor or a pit like this to scare your friends. So pretty cool block. Alright, and here we have the white and blue stones. These cannot be crafted. They're dungeon loot only. So the white stone, if it's in your inventory and you're close to dying, just before you would die, it gives you some resistance effects. Nausea for like 3 seconds. I'm not even sure why it does that, because it doesn't last long enough to do anything. Regeneration, resistance, and fire resistance too. But so I'm still going to take a little bit of damage, but it did its job, and it saved me from the lava. So, yep. And then the bluestone, this basically water breathing. Oops, 0. And if we go under here and we right click, then we have our water. Then we won't take any, or we won't lose any of our breath. And it's really cool. There's this little bubbling effect that we get around our head. Looks really cool. But as far as I can tell, it's infinite effect. So that's pretty cool. I'm sure these are pretty rare dungeon loot because they're pretty overpowered. And then you can just right click and it deactivates. And as far as I can tell, it doesn't have any durability on it either, so it's just infinite use as long as you don't lose it. Creative here. And let's head back over and talk about some other things. So yeah, white and blue stones. Now we're onto the block mover. Crafted just like this. 2 ender pearls on the top, some obsidian. This is another really cool tool. So you can just use it for picking up grass or any other block. It'll store the block ID in here. So grass block ID 2, no metadata, and no tile entity. But so it's not exactly that useful, but it can be useful if you're just trying to move some sort of structure, like just one block over something. Cause I can just put it right back there. Pick it up, put it down, pick it up, put it down. Okay. But here's where it really becomes useful. I have this chest here full of items. I really don't want to have to move it all the way over there to my new base. So what I do is I shift right click on the chest, pick it up, and I go to chest, block ID 54, made it to 805, and contains entities. Yep. So I'll just go over here, pretend this is my new base, and right click, plop it down, and all the stuff stays here with it, which is really cool. I don't know why I just did that. Anyways. So, yep, that's the block mover for you. Now we have the magnetic force. This one I really can't display too well in single player, but basically I type in someone's name, activate it, and it teleports you to them. Not very useful since I just teleported myself to myself. But in survival, this would use up the magnetic force, and you would be teleported to the player that you typed in. Okay? And it's crafted just like this. It's fairly cheap for how overpowered it is, I think. Especially if you're on like a PvP server that had this mod. Alright, so block filter. Fairly cheap, just some stone, redstone, and a piece of paper. And you get a block filter here. So now what you can do is you can right click on any blocks. Now I just got the grass block. And it stores its data right there. And then what I can do is I can come over to a block detector or a block breaker and put it in its GUI. And now if I want to output a redstone signal from this, it will only output a signal with a redstone, or only with a grass block, excuse me. So if I put something else down, not going to work. Okay? So, yep, block filter. And that works with the block breaker too. So we have colored glass in this mod too. Just make glass right here and put dye of your choice in the middle. And it looks like this. These are just a few options. There are many options. However, I didn't feel like getting them all out just because they're not available in the creative menu. You have to actually physically craft them all, and that takes a while. So, I don't know if these will be removed from the mod when 1.7 comes out. And we have colored glass and vanilla now, but anyways, we have them in this mod. So, finishing up here, we have colored redstone blocks. Just put redstone here and a dye in the middle, and you can get purple. You can get all these colors. I really like the green color, the lime color, so I just built a whole wall just of green. And again, these aren't all the colors. They're not available in the creative menu, so I didn't feel like making them all. So there you go. And then we move on to our last item, the entity mover. Very similar to the block mover, just with emeralds up here instead of ender pearls. And let's go ahead and spawn a zombie here. You can see it's on fire. I'll right click on the zombie, swallow him up, and then right here we have a zombie with 15 health. And let's go ahead and set the time to night here. And then I can plop this zombie down wherever I want, and it will remember that he's on fire, which is really cool. Pick him up, put him down, and now he doesn't have fire anymore because it's night. But this could be really useful if you want to put a villager base, or if you want to bring villagers to your base, you just pick them up from their village and set them back down in your base. Or if you find a charged creeper, if you're lucky enough to find one of those, you don't have to go through the hassle of maneuvering around and trying to get it in a cage or something. You can just plop it down in its cage when you get the cage all set up. So this is pretty cool. So anyways, guys, thank you all for watching this video. Please tell me if you'd like to see more mod reviews, and like this video, comment on it, and subscribe if you want more. Thank you for watching.